So this is the shelving I made for my bathroom not long after we moved in. I needed more shelving space after I put in the medicine cabinet. I had some pallet wood, probably 2.5-inch slats. I don't remember where I got the pallet from. It was pretty thin pallet wood, not the best pallet wood to use, but nonetheless, I had a source, had a need, and was able to make it with that. I used my battery-powered brad nailer. That's what it is, 18-gauge brad nailer. So there's no, as far as the basic structure, there's no screws. It's two slats deep, so there's, you can see I can bend them there. They're pretty flexible. It's about a total of 2.5, maybe 4, maybe 6-7 inches deep all the way around. I basically just made a frame all the way around and then put in some shelving. Turned out okay. What I did do, because I knew I'd be using some different types of electrical appliances, I went ahead and put in a power strip. So there's a power strip in there. There's a little cutaway right there. Actually, you see the top of the outlet plate underneath. Top of the outlet plate, cut a groove in there. Then also I cut a small hole there and another one back there, just so the cord could come through from the backside and underneath. But it works great. The door is kind of clunky for this. I glued you can see there, a magnet and just put in a screw. It's not real fancy or elaborate. It holds it just enough. It doesn't take a lot of effort to open it. I had something going on over here where it wouldn't close all the way, so I ground it down. I was going to restain it. Once that's closed, you don't see it, so I don't worry about it. This comes across almost as an afterthought. Kind of sticks out. It's a completely different piece of wood. It's another piece of pallet wood. The stain I used was a walnut stain, and I think I used a brush, and it went on really dark. It's so kind of okay because it does sort of match the medicine cabinet tint in the tone with it being darker. I don't know if it's because of the method I used to put the stain on, or if it was the wood that the stain went onto. I'm happy with it. That's it in whole. Let's go take a look at the wife's. So this is the wife's unit, or yeah, I guess there's a unit, shelving unit. With this, I used a little bit better wood. This is 1x6, I believe, but it's solid pieces. And I did put this together with screws. So I got some stainless star screws in there. Comes out pretty nice. I did some countersink. I did a few disassemblies of this, so I didn't get sanding marks on the screws or paint on the screws or stain on the screws. This is kind of a similar setup to what I have in my bathroom. Same number of shelves. It looks a little strange here as far as the alignment. It looks like it's crooked. Actually, the mirror, the way it's hung, has a gap. So that's what's gap up there. Mirror was already here when we bought the place. Put in a hole for her hair dryer. I did route out kind of a smooth edge there, so it goes in a little easier. And then for her flat iron, I made this just for easy stowage once it cools off. Just put in a square and a channel. It's not perfect, but it functions. Once it's in there, if anybody knows me, I strive for perfection to reach mediocrity. It's just, I don't have an extremely consistent hand. I wasn't happy with the paint that I put on there, but once we got stuff in there, she liked it, so I didn't sand it down. This door is certainly more refined. As you can see, it's flush, and I do have a magnetic latch on this. Another power strip. I put a power strip in hers and had to really refine the edge of this door. You see how it's beveled, and I had to sand because it kept getting caught as I kept trying to open and close it. So that took some refining. I first routed the edge and it got so far, and then I had to keep sanding down to get it to move freely. But it turned out alright. Pretty much the whole backside I routed out so there's room for cords to go up and down. Didn't come up with a real good way to handle the cord management, so they just come out and loop up, but it works. She's happy with it. What I didn't show you on the other one was how I hung that. There's these pieces of hardware for picture hanging. It has 2 holes. That's what I used here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. There's kind of a green spot in the wall. That is the anchor, and I have 1.5-inch screws being used to fasten. On mine, I put those up higher so you could actually see the screws from the top. If you crawl up, you could see the screws, but from ground level, you really can't. If you need some storage in your bathrooms, this will give you an idea of something you could do. Like I said, it's worked pretty well for us. Just take into account, you know, we have the outlet there. You have to take into account the situation you have going on. That's pretty snug. I tried to mount it to where it was even with the mirror and even with this, but still had room to work around, let the bottom drop out for the hair dryer and whatnot. I think it turned out okay. Took apart a lot of pieces, put it back together. So hopefully you all get an idea of, this is just what my idea was for bathroom shelving if you need more space. She doesn't have a medicine cabinet in here. She's using some sugar molds and various other stuff for her storage. She has a lot of storage, but she wants something on the wall for her daily go-tos. So I hope you like these videos. If you do, please comment below for any suggestions and like and subscribe.